My name is Jim Thomas, and welcome to the Fitness Management Update. Our topic today are the 3 reasons your gym prospects don't buy. Let's start with number 1, your attitude. And, when we talk about attitude, we're talking about, positive attitude, winning attitude, an attitude that's focused on solutions, one that's not prejudging. One of the problems when we get an attitude that's not the where it should be, we start to blame other things. We start to lash out other things. That's the problem. We start saying things like, "Oh, this pay scale's no good. This marketing's no good. These prospects are no good," and a host of things. So first and foremost, and you don't even get off the ground unless this is where it needs to be, and this needs to be 100% solutions oriented. And the reality of this is part of this attitude is that, you've got to be sold yourself that, your club is the best, your services are the best, the opportunity for your client, for your customer, for your prospect to get those desired outcomes, it's never going to be any better than what it is right here. So your attitude must be absolutely 100%. Number 2 is your approach. And, you're going to deal with a variety of clients, some on the phone that want price, some don't ask about price, some folks that come into your club that have 10 minutes, some have 2 hours, okay? And you have to be prepared to handle this. And just from a pure, basic standpoint, your process, that's in place, in that every person registers in, every person, completes a needs analysis. You're going to give this tour, based on that powerful why, based on that super objective. Okay, you're going to engage this customer. You're going to sit down and you're going to give a membership price presentation to every single customer, that comes in. Okay, and that's going to be fundamental. That should be happening in every single case. Don't let your attitude get in the way and excuse your way out of some of that. Next on that approach is, some of these fundamentals is you must be agreeable, with your customer. Always be agreeable. Mary, I understand. Mary, I hear you. Okay, Mary, that is a lot of money. However, okay, and so you'll be agreeable. You make sure you're selling based on super objective. Make sure on that powerful why. One of the big defaults that we see is that too many people, they just fall back to the price and they fall back to facility. You simply can't do it. You become a commodity. It's too easily compared. And then you must be asking your customers to buy. And you must be asking more than once, okay? And you have to do it with decent boldness. Now, and so you can have the greatest approach in the world, but if your attitude's no good, it's not going to work, okay? Your attitude could be great. If your approach is no good, you're going to be missing sales, and everybody's going to say, "Oh, what a great person you are," but your approach is so bad, you're not making sales, okay? And then the final reason people aren't buying is your level of action. Okay, don't be blaming the economy and don't be blaming competition and don't be blaming the price. It's your level of action that you take. And there's basically 4 levels of action that we see taken in clubs. The first one is we actually go into a retreat. Okay, we're actually going backwards. In other words, we've been doing some of these things, okay, for prospecting and marketing and promotion. We've been doing them. Maybe we don't think we're getting the results we want, so we quit doing them. So now we're in retreat mode. We're actually going backwards. Next is folks that just simply choose to do nothing, and they are going to rely upon walk-ins and call-ins and all of that, and that's not going to be near enough. Okay, the next level of action is kind of what I would call that normal action, that regular action, and usually what that means is we're doing 1 or 2 things that to drive traffic. Not taking, a lot of effort into it. We're just doing 1 or 2 things, a couple things maybe that we feel comfortable with, that we like, and that's all we're doing. And that won't be near enough. That 4th level of action is what we would refer to as massive, committed, determined action, and where you have multiple things you're doing all the time. Because one of the things you want to get in the habit of doing is you want to have 10 people at least in your pipeline that are ready to buy at any given time. Okay, and maybe you want it to be 20, maybe you want it to be 30, but that level of action needs to be massive. And don't kid yourself into thinking that you're doing it. Most people significantly underestimate the level of action that it's going to take. And whatever level of action you're currently at, take it times 10, and that's probably where you should be. My name is Jim Thomas, and this has been the Fitness Management Update.